made this podcast, and it's simple. Basically, I call a bunch of my friends, Rest Up, Keno, Rudy Rush, and my girl Leah. Leah don't got a nickname. We need to work on that. Like, call Leah a tall glass of water. No, that's not gonna work. A tall glass of chilled. Okay, we'll work on it. We'll think about it. Made for the people. Made for the people. So, we get the chance to actually say what we're really thinking. Because we now live in a country that even if you really believe what you're saying, you can't say it if it goes against the PC rules. If you offend somebody, you should shut up and take it to the grave. We can't do that. That's not freedom. And to top it all, what are we saying if we get rich? I mean, of course, it's not just about getting rich. Psych. Made for the people. Made for the people. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first, episode of the podcast that we thought would never happen because we are procrastinators. I procrastinate everything in my life, but today it is launched, Made for the People. Now, we're trying to keep things diverse, but before we get into everything we're going to talk about, a lot of people were seen on that intro. They're not here. Okay, listen. A lot of people on that intro. So shout to Leah Frazier. We'll get into all the people that are in the intro but aren't here right now. But let me get to the people who are actually part of the crew. It'll be rotating. So sometimes people have jobs and they can't get here. But right now, first let me introduce my compadre. This man, it rocks with me on DD in the Morning, syndicated morning show throughout the country. He's the youngest host of Showtime at the Apollo. That means he was smashing a lot of chicks at a young age. He was in his goddamn 20s. This man is a Def Jam veteran, tours throughout the country. Rudy Rush, ladies and gentlemen. Rudy Rush. Rudy Rush, ladies and gentlemen. Rudy Husky Rush is in the building.
Yes, welcome.
Now, my other partner, formerly used to work with us. Things happen.
Yes.
Listen, things happen. But this man is hip hop.
Yeah.
He's down with a hip hop crew. The Bodega Brothers. Shout to everybody down with that. Hip hop is his life, but the man is versatile. This man goes from loving hip hop to loving kung fu. The man is a philosopher. He's intricate. He's detailed. He's a stranger danger type of man. You give it up for my motherfucking dog. Keno, what's really good, Keno?
Hola, hello everyone. Hello, Planet Earth. That's good. I appreciate that intro.
I love that. Planet Earth. Oh, and no shade. Shout to my man Headcrack. I literally forgot his name for a second.
It's all good. It happens.
Bodega Brothers, and who's the other dude that's in it?
Travi, the white dude.
So make sure y'all check that out.
Nice.
Real hip hop. We rep that whole situation. All right. For those who don't know, a lot of people think we're gonna do, a hood type of situation. It is gonna be a little hood.
A little bit.
It's not gonna be too structured, but we need some type of structure. So that'd be cool. It's gonna go from one end to the other end of the spectrum.
Okay.
We're gonna go from Rush Limbaugh, who just got the Medal of Freedom from Donald Trump, to Gayle King, the black man killer, all the way to the hood shit, Nicki and Meek Mills going at it. That just broke today. Now, whenever you see this, it's probably old news, but it just broke today. The tweets going back and forth. But we will start with our racist white man. Because that's the way you need to start a show.
That's how you
Racist
come out
white
the
man.
gate with that, yeah.
Rush Limbaugh, which I always have a problem with that last name. Not because it's difficult, it's Limbaugh. It has no real finale. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like
It does, kind of carries on.
It just carries on. It doesn't have a finale, like,
You think you're going to say more, Limbaugh?
like Connor. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It ends it.
Yeah.
But speaking of
Limbaugh
ers, he likes ers.
Oh yeah.
So
he loves the ER.
he loves the ER.
the hard ER.
And I give him credit. He's a genius. He knows how to work. The man's made, I guess, over $100 million.
Oh no, absolutely.
Donald Trump did the State of the Union yesterday and then gave him the Medal of Freedom. I do have that correct, the Medal of Freedom.
That's
correct?
what it is.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like the highest honor you can get as a civilian that's not, obviously in the military.
Now, former people, I think Rosa Parks received it. Ironic. Muhammad Ali received it. People who got it really moved the culture. All this dude is basically done shock radio, Republican style.
Yeah.
Right, and the reason he gave him that is because he was a big backer of his campaign, and he was a big backer of things that obviously he does.
Yeah, he was a major reason why he got elected. He was one of the people that was out there making all of these campaign things happen for Donald Trump initially. So
Initially. So let's get to the racism because that's what we need. I think we have a clip. We're going to put our headphones first to hear the clip of him. This is where he breaks down the N-word, correct? He breaks down the N-word and why she uses it. Fellas, let's put our goddamn headphones on right now. Let's put our headphones so we can hear this.
Nigga with an A on the end. Well, I think I can now. Isn't that the point? Because it's not racist. That's the point. I could be talking about a male. I could be a Chinese male, a guy at the laundromat. I could be talking about a man. That's what she said it means.
All right.
Okay.
All right, headphones off. Headphones off.
All right, headphones off.
that was terrible.
I actually, look, we're not even going to front. Keno, you heard it?
Yeah.
I didn't hear it. My headphones,
hear it?
I didn't hear what he said.
Well, actually, did you hear he packed in a couple of racist things?
What was his thing?
He was talking about, I can use the N-word now because it's not racist.
Right.
Because it has an A at the end. I could be talking about a Chinese male, maybe a guy at the laundromat, which is a racist thing.
Which is a
Funny
yeah.
thing is you can if you are a black person.
Right.
Because black people call them, yo, look at that Chinese nigga right there. Yo,
But that's-
we do it.
It's
Right.
a cultural thing, though, man.
It's a cultural thing.
Yeah. You just,
It's almost like, if you're Italian, you're not going to, they call each other different derogatory things, but you can't go into a circle of Italian people and say those things. So, he knows the difference. We all know the difference.
yeah, man. He's
But this is the problem. Let's just say that we've made it. We've given them an opening because we make songs with nigga in it a lot.
Yeah.
yeah.
But they-
Now, I don't say. Look. Let's be clear before I even go any further.
Okay.
In New York City, as a Puerto Rican, where I'm from,
Right.
In New York City, Rudy, you know this.
Yes.
Blacks and Hispanics use the N-word freely between each other,
Absolutely.
like freely.
No, absolutely.
Because right now it seems like the only Hispanic who gets the pass right now is Fat Joe.
I was about to say.
and I'm not gonna stop him. Like I'm not gonna stop. But
Yeah.
so I don't want anybody being offended because I remember catching for those who don't know, I moved to Dallas, Texas.
Yes, big difference.
Yeah.
And I felt odd using the N-word.
As you should. And the reason why, because you know what? In New York, there's a large population of Puerto Rican and Hispanic descent, but they also come from the Middle Passage. And this is my interpretation of it.
Okay.
A lot of people, black people, accepted it because you could say the N-word because you are that as well. Your ancestors are from Africa as well.
Yes.
Right.
And that's why but when you go somewhere like Dallas or you go further west or things of that nature, they don't have that same lineage. You got more Mexican. You have more people from other Spanish speaking countries that don't have that. In Mexico, they never had Middle
No,
Passage.
and as
so it's different.
as a Hispanic Mexican of Mexican descent, I never used it. Never even around the homies. Even the homies who would use it, be like, it's cool. I'm like, I just felt weird because of how I was raised. My mom and Pop would slap the fire out my damn mouth if they heard me saying that shit. For real.
So
it's
you
like,
could-
it just
you-
I never know. And plus, it just not to be use whatever you want to say, but to me, it felt corny saying it. Felt like I would be trying.
Yeah.
Like if I was trying. You know
And that's
what
what
I'm
I
saying?
think people who, especially white people who try to get away with it now, that's what they're trying to do. Like, it's cool now. And it's corny.
Right.
It's like you're doing it just because. It's almost like a job interview. You know when to use certain words. I'm not going to go into a job interview and be like, yeah, I like taking fucking lunch because I'm fucking hungry. They be like, we're not going to hire this dude. You know what I mean? Like, people act as if it's so normal that you could use it. People curse every day, but you know when to kind of cut back on it.
Right.
So I don't understand why people use it.
But we had to play the clip because this is the same dude that got a medal and was given it to him at the State of the Union.
Right.
So how racist is this country right now? Like, this is an amazing phenomenon that Donald Trump has pulled off. That he can literally give somebody an award who blatantly can have a show based on it. I would like to say, for those people who don't understand, and don't take this the wrong way, I would love to have seen how America would have reacted if the same award was given by Obama to Elijah Muhammad, to Louis Farrakhan.
Oh man.
To Louis Farrakhan, I should say.
Man.
Oh man.
I want to know. No, I want to know what America would have thought if Louis Farrakhan, the honorable Louis Farrakhan, that's what I meant to say,
Dude, it would have imploded because the Jewish people would have had a problem.
Okay.
and people would have been like, "Wait a second, he called white people white devils."
Yeah.
A lot.
That place would have melted. It would have melted the fuck down.
Yeah.
So it's kind of bizarre that this guy has gotten away. And as much as we want to call him stupid and an imbecile and childish, there's got to be a certain evil genius.
Oh yeah.
To be able to pull this off. And I always say, and people say, well, how did he pull it off? And I say, this is how he pulled it off. He hit the button. When everybody thought he couldn't win the election, he hit the button. He hit the racism button. And when you hit the racism button, you give people the freedom. You like, it's a go.
Oh yeah, all out.
We can all go in there.
Emotion.
We don't have to tolerate anybody. We don't have to care about anybody's religious background. We don't have to worry about women. I can grab you by the pussy. Like, this still boggles my mind.
Which trips me out though, because he was a genius about it, or his people around him were a genius about it, because even though he in real life, because if you remember in the 80s and the 90s, even early 2000s, he was always posing with like Mike Tyson, personal friends with rappers. He was personal.
Yeah.
So like to say like a real racist, like what I'm saying, he might be there's a difference between a bigot and a racist. A bigot is just a person who's ignorant and doesn't have any power. A racist is a person who has power.
Absolutely. It's almost like being in a friendship with folks. Like, you all hung out with crews throughout our lives, even in high school.
Right.
It's like dudes that accept you've been in their house, you've been in their car, but at some point, they feel like they're better than you. You know what I mean? It's like, that's who Donald Trump is. Like, I'll deal with you if you can help my situation, but if not,
and that goes for both sides too.
Absolutely,
because he's a dude from the north. He was one of those northeast, but in the south, and being from the south, how people especially used to look at people from the northeast with a lot of money. He's one of those elites. One of the get off my yacht. I wear I gotta wear all white shorts with little all that the whole deal. And so he comes into the game. He's like, no, that was me, but I'm one of you guys now, and people believed it. And so on both sides, he played, hey man, I'm urban too at first. And then he played, well, okay, I can get the masses if I act. I never say I'm racist, but I do some things that are questionable, but that'll get the racists on my side.
Oh yeah.
And so he played both, man. And it's a trip, like you said, it's like an evil genius.
It's evil. It's an evil genius. And sometimes I have to clarify. When I mean evil genius, in this country, it doesn't take a genius to manipulate this country, because once you plug into hate,
that's all it takes.
Once you do the plug, like I said, he hit that red button. Hey guys, I'm going to give you, hey, here's the button. It's like the bat phone. I want you to hate everybody. And once you brought that up, it's like it emboldened and empowered people, because I think we forget there's a population of white people in this country who feel like, now I can't relate, but they feel like they've been forgotten.
No. Let me tell you something. Every year there's a movie about the Holocaust or black separatism, and it's making white people look bad. So what he brought to the table was, listen, I'm here for y'all.
Yeah.
And they all came out of nowhere, and they was like, we love this dude, and this is why.
But
he's
see, that's
in a
what's
position.
confusing. Well, not confusing, but it's crazy. Is that there's more white people on welfare. There's just, if you look at the numbers, it's
Because there's more white
percentage.
people in the country.
But percentage-wise.
yeah.
Right.
And the thing is if you go to like the Appalachian Mountains, you go out certain parts of the South, even certain parts of the North.
You been to the Appalachian Mountains?
Been through there. And all
The
that.
fuck were you doing in the Appalachian
running for his life.
Big up Bodega Brothers.
You performed in the Appalachian Mountains?
Going through. I mean, I've been
Oh,
everywhere.
you were traveling.
But you see things
Okay.
and getting to see the country, man.
Right.
There is a lot of like, when I mean poor, like shockingly poor white people.
No,
but
absolutely.
here's the thing though. Again, that goes back. He was a Northeast elite rich dude, but somehow he got them on his side. But like you said, I'm here for you guys, and they just wanted anybody because they had Obama up there, and a lot of them, believe it or not, voted for Obama because they thought they were going to get something out of it.
Absolutely.
And when they didn't, they're like, well, hell, we can't even get anything from him. And then so here comes Trump. I gotcha. And then there you go. You know.
But I think this is the 8 years of pay. This is the payback for 8 years. Yeah. I don't care how good shit. I don't care what he turned around. It's almost like the retribution. I mean, because
It's
you know the funny thing, without the propaganda and all of the rhetoric and stuff like that, this is actually a better presidency than George Bush.
Oh yeah, you're
And
talking
people-
about actual
people-
things.
Yeah, people tend to forget.
but
how bad
George
it was.
Bush was historically bad.
Absolutely. And the thing is, he's the reason why it was so easy, in my opinion, for Barack to get elected.
Oh, it was.
It was. And so,
I
so
knew
Donald Trump
Republicans
is,
who were voting for Barack. They were like, "Yo, man, look, we got."
But Trump is bad. But when you go back to that Bush administration, you're like, okay,
See, but
maybe
here's
it's not that bad.
This is the sad thing. Is like some of his policies, and I'm going to get helpful, but some of his policies work economically. Some of them, and they're working well. But the problem is when you mess up the whole social fabric of stuff, it doesn't mean anything that those policies are working because if the social fabric ain't being held together,
Because everybody hates each other at the end of it.
Yeah, then it don't work. You know?
Now, George Bush, real quick, George Bush was a bad president, but out of all the presidents that I would have hung out with in my drinking days, I would have been with
yeah.
George Bush. Like
they say he
George Bush
cool.
was-
Yo,
They say
he like
cool.
to drink. He owned teams, and he got candy in his pocket all the time.
Yeah,
He still hook Michelle up with some candy.
Michelle,
Like,
my
yo,
boy.
boo, I got gum. I got
All the time.
What you want, Twizzlers?
But the thing is, you fast forward now. I was absolutely certain this is a one-term president.
Oh man,
He's in and out. He's in and I was positive.
Nah.
You couldn't tell me. It was like when Tyson was winning, there was no way Tyson was gonna lose.
Oh yeah,
Nah.
man, yeah.
Now I'm looking, I'm going like,
Yeah, it's very
This-
rare.
this-
It's very rare that presidents do one term. Who's the last one-term president?
Bush.
No,
Was it George Bush Sr.?
Yeah.
George
Which
Bush
one-
He
Sr.
that's
just, he just
it.
won a war.
Yeah.
And you know why
Still
George
lost.
Bush Sr. didn't get the second one? Because he told the truth.
Yeah.
He said he wasn't going to raise taxes. Then he broke down. He said, bitches,
I have to.
I got some good news.
It's a bad
And I got
news.
some bad news.
And nobody likes taxes.
And they didn't even hear the good news. They said, we're going to raise taxes. And they were like, he's being too honest. And
He
was
even
out.
had that. He even had that campaign. It was like, read my lips, no new taxes.
That was the whole problem.
remember
And then he
that.
came back
I mean-
and he didn't do what Donald Trump did. He didn't keep lying. Like
Nah.
he
Yeah.
came, I think Jimmy Carter was a one-term president. I don't even know how the fuck I remember that. But Jimmy Carter
yeah,
was
but
a
he was
one-term
bad.
president.
Like you study history, he was a good dude. Everybody's like, yo, he's an awesome person, but
Yeah.
not a good person.
Normally guys get two terms, man. But yeah, I'm much of your opinion. I
Jimmy
thought Donald
Carter-
Trump was so bad. Yeah.
But now I'm looking. This guy has played the Democrat. The Democrats are horrible right now.
Yeah.
Like the Democrats are at an all-time. Listen, I never considered myself a Democrat. I always
Right,
said
right.
I was an independent.
Me too, I'm independent, right.
Because if I see somebody who can really do something,
I don't care.
And fuck it, if I do get rich, I might be a Republican. No, I'm playing. I'm playing.
I'm going Republican.
I'm playing. But now you're looking and you go, Bernie Sanders, as crazy as this is, y'all, I really fuck with Bernie Sanders.
You know, with him, I fuck with him on a personal level, but I don't like his policies
But
at
see,
all.
I like his policies because he wants. See, people are so scared to go up against the pharmaceutical companies.
No, there's good
Health
things.
healthcare. It should be universal.
Yeah.
And I don't get why the comments. I get it, y'all. We're so trained.
Yeah.
And we'll get mad and be like, yeah, but I want to choose my doctors.
Well, see, no, that's the thing. And I've traveled and being sick. I got the flu overseas. Not the flu. I got pneumonia overseas on tour.
When's the last time you were overseas?
It was overseas about. No, it's been like 14.
Okay, I was just
no, there's no,
checking.
there's
I was
no,
just checking.
Here with
there's
that
no. I
corona.
wouldn't go to
Yeah,
China.
I
Nothing
know if you need to be tested for the flu.
Nah, nothing like that.
You got
Nothing-
the Heineken flu.
But go ahead, you were
No,
overseas.
but yeah, overseas, and like I couldn't get treatment because I wasn't a citizen, and then I was trying to get just medicine just to get,
Right.
and I couldn't get anything.
Wow.
They had good over the counter medicine, but it wasn't what you need when you got when you have pneumonia and stuff. And the same thing with Canada, there's a long waiting list, so a lot of them come here. That's the problem because if everybody's free, that's the main problem. If everybody's free, then they go by priority, and even then the priorities get bumped back. So there's long lines. So if you
So
got,
they don't tell you the whole story about this
No,
free
but my-
healthcare.
but my-
but
thing-
it can be if someone
it
does
can be
right,
done.
Yeah,
This is what we're scared of. Like, we really want to pay for this shit.
Boy, I got thousands
Like-
of dollars in that in medical
Well, you think
bills,
about
boy.
this. It's like exports, imports, and stuff. Like, we're big on oil and gas. One of the and the big thing here is pharmaceuticals, and we have that on lock because we ship stuff to other countries and stuff like
Boy,
that.
do we.
So,
Yeah.
so it's such pharmaceutical is such a big thing. They're not letting that go, and so we're gonna keep paying until.
But see, this
We're
is
all
my
done.
thing. They should not be in control like this. They are literally probably on the scale, probably one of the most powerful entities that affect our,
No,
our
absolutely.
whole government.
Yes.
billions of
Now,
dollars.
this is a business.
Trillions.
Well, forget state and church and state. We need to separate pharmaceutical and fucking state because of how much influence they have.
Lobbyists,
Listen,
bro. That's where all that money, the money comes in. There's certain things that need to be changed. It could really change a lot of things if they change how the lobbyist system is working and how money in politics has changed. Because that's the thing, kickbacks and people get, if that was eliminated, it would change the game.
But but there's one thing. When I talk about the brainwash about paying and everybody universal health care, there's a brainwash. People will literally, I've seen black, white, Hispanic all get mad because of welfare and be like, welfare, people are living off of welfare. People are living off of welfare. Food stamps. They go like, you should only have food stamps for a certain amount of time. They're living off of food stamps and shit. They abuse the system. Nobody gets welfare like the 1% in this country. But they get us to believe that food stamps is what's breaking the country. That welfare is what's breaking the country.
And that's not
Dog,
even-
the tax breaks that are given are when somebody says something as simple as a guy of a close to $1 billion business is being taxed less than his receptionist, shouldn't that be enough to go like, all right, fuck this? It's not the welfare. It's not the food stamps. It's not the financing for public to help people who are in bad situations. Are there going to be people who abuse it? Of course they are.
Oh, absolutely.
The same way these companies are abusing it now. The Jeff Bios, I mean Zuckerberg. I'm just naming the guys that we know based off of what we see every day. But the breaks that
there's
they're
so much
getting,
more than that, though.
That's
But they
the
don't
welfare.
pay taxes. They don't pay taxes.
That's what I'm talking about. That's the welfare.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
And they brainwash us that we actually go like, oh, poor people are raping the country off of food stamps. Food stamps?
Not enough to, like you said, there are people who are doing it, but it's not enough to cause like kind of economic depression.
Literally, we wouldn't even have to worry about it. Everybody got taxed the way they should get taxed.
But this chick in my neighborhood, she was on welfare. She got me 2 steaks.
No, but I'm not gonna lie.
That shit was nice.
I
bro.
was on food stamps. Okay, I was on food stamps for a minute.
What?
Yeah.
The amount of food that we had, I said, this
It
is
was
crazy.
ridiculous.
Like, I said, we can't eat all this
Give
shit.
me 482 in one time, one
It's
shot.
funny you say that because I was talking to my girl. I was like, yo, we need to figure out a way on these food stamps. We was at a grocery store this weekend. I was like, yo, we gotta figure this out.
And
Because,
they make it easy. You ain't got to rip out the money out the book
No,
no more.
you just
got a
swipe
card.
like you a regular fucking person now. Like, it's
you
no
could be left
embarrassment.
alone.
Yeah, they used to have the bit like the bills, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, I dated this chick and her mom had some food stamps and wanted me to go to the store with them. I'm being like I was a kid. I was like, man, walking in there and I knew people at the store.
When you had the Monopoly money,
Yes.
that was a whole different level.
You ever had a loose food stand?
Yeah,
You be like,
you trying to suck that bitch back.
I think I even went ahead and paid for it because I'm like, man, I ain't even gonna because people knew me at the store and they're like, man, what you doing with food? So I'm like, man, pay this up, man. So I didn't get embarrassed.
So I mean, I gotta say, I had too much fucking food. Like literally, we had to figure out if I was gonna get a refrigerator. I couldn't afford another refrigerator at the time. I was broke.
That's a good problem.
So we had too much damn food, but the kids had just been born. I don't know how we got on the fucking food stamps, but it was amazing. America's a great country.
and you know the
that
Shout out to Rush Limbaugh. You got an award.
You
Get the hell out.
fucking racist.
Yeah,
All right. Did you say what?
we play.
You know what? Let's play the supercut. Let's play the
do
supercut
that.
of Russ just to go back to him, just so we can give him the greatest hits.
He's not from the hood. He's not from the movement.
Americans, how many Indians were killed by the arrival of the white man through disease and war? And how many people have died since the white man arrived here due to lung cancer, thanks to the Indian invented custom of smoking tobacco? Who are the real killers here? Where are our reparations?
You put your kids on a school bus, you expect safety, but in Obama's America, the white kids now get beat up with the black kids cheering, yeah, right on, right on, right on.
There, he wouldn't have been voted president if he weren't black.
Let me put it to you this way. The NFL all too often looks like a game between the Bloods and the Crips without any weapons. Day mocking the standard. Who dat? Who dat say they mocking the standard? Al Sharpton say.
Wow.
He's good
He's real good.
because he'll piss you off.
He's a
I
good
think
race
That's
baiter,
what he's
man.
paid to do.
That's
Good
good.
race
Some
baiter.
racial, racist
funny,
bait.
too.
You see, I'm moving.
You over here laughing like, yeah.
He said the NFL looked like the Bloods and the Crips
Yeah, that's what he said.
With no weapons.
with no weapons.
And he blamed the Indians for like lung cancer.
No, that's the bullshit.
That was a reach around. That was
amazing.
Reach
That
around.
was totally.
No,
he
clap it up for that
grabbed it.
racism right there.
That
That
was
was
a
good.
good
No,
one.
I mean,
If you're
when
gonna be
you
a
look-
racist, be a good one.
be good as fuck at it. Like that's some racist. When he
talented.
blamed the
Yeah, yeah.
Indians,
That was almost geometry. That was
He
awesome.
said-
Our reparations.
yeah.
he said white people need reparations. That's the fucking.
And I liked his ebonics. That was cool.
All right, y'all. Let's move on. Next up, let's just get to some basic nonsense. Nicki Minaj and Meek Mill. I don't understand why Meek Mill has gotten involved in this. For those who don't know, Meek Mill saw Nicki and her boyfriend at a jewelry store, some fancy ass shit where you got to have a lot of money to even
Are
walk
they
in.
married now?
Yeah, they married.
Yeah,
Are they married?
Yeah,
Nicki and
yeah,
his.
yeah.
I can't.
So like they've been broken up for like over 2 or 3 years now. Like, what's the issue?
So then
Yeah.
they got into a Twitter war, and the shit got ugly. Like I don't know if you can put up Nicki's tweets or Meek's, whoever you want to put first, because they both ridiculous. Whoever you want to put first.
Okay.
I'm glad I put my glasses on. All right, could they see it on the screen or should I read it to them? I guess Read it to them. Oh, they can see it. The only way you can try and kill my career is to say I beat women. Okay, talk about your brother convicted of rape. Ooh, that's ooh. And you and paid for the lawyer. Ooh, okay. Your little brother touched that. Oh shit.
Yikes.
You know, I know you want to crash. You want me to crash with your boyfriend, and I won't. Okay, all right. Now let's go to Nicki. You beat your own sister and taped it. Fuck, spit on her and taped it. Why were you taping this if it did happen? He kicked her in front of your mother and sent her to the hospital. Sucking Drake's dick made you feel tough again. Move on. Wow. Okay. Imagine talking about an alleged rape of a child to hurt someone who wasn't involved. Just fuck the mother's taping. Okay. We got another one. We got Meek. Got another one.
Okay,
A clarification, I don't hit women, and I will let my interviews be filled with... Okay, so Meek's already putting the feelers out there when he comes to the radio station. Don't ask me about kicking...
See how he did that?
Don't ask me about kicking... Jay-Z told him that. He didn't write that. Jay-Z sent that tweet. Jay-Z actually... Jay-Z sent that tweet and said, homie, and ended with devil's tricks.
Man.
Now, this comes to, like, the question... When you break up with somebody out of a long-term relationship, they know where the bodies are buried.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Especially when you've been with that person for a while. And you've been through shit. Yeah. Like Meek went through shit being with Nicki. Like that whole Drake thing where we thought, she's seen a lot.
Yeah. They toured together, so they saw a lot.
Yeah. So what are the rules like when it's over? Like after a long-term relationship we've all been in, what are the rules? Like, do you keep that shit to yourself? Or are you allowed to actually expose some shit to everybody about, because I know there are people who are in relationships with me.
Yeah.
That got good shit on me. Like good dirty, because I'm
he was gully back in the game.
There was a big drinking problem.
There was
and I was making some money. But
you did some crazy shit.
And I said some crazy shit, but this is why in this iCloud, the cloud, I kept everything. If you sent me some shit, I kept it. Yeah. And I have this rule. I will keep my mouth shut as long as you don't air me out. Because I'm not being extorted. Like, don't hit me with the, I will put this out, because I literally, I swear on everything, I will put it out first.
Yeah.
Like, I'll do the Eminem.
Yeah.
But I will go, Rudy's ruthless. I want to go to the man. I want to go. He's a ruthless fuck. Okay. Like in real life, he is. He has a smile on his face.
A nice guy,
he's a nice guy.
No.
But I already know if you take it there, I already know he'll go into the deep end of the pool.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
you are a little bit more reasonable. Do you keep? First of all, what are the rules? Do you keep all the shit that happened? Do you keep all her secrets and never let them out? If you're not instigated on it.
I'm not gonna just, to me that's kind of a feminine trait. If I'm just, we broke up for whatever reason, I'm gonna tell everybody about that time you touched your little brother. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
Nah, man. But if you come at me a certain way, I might give you. I'm a believer in the Lord, so I'm gonna go ahead and give you a little bit of room.
Or she exposes
something about you,
something that you like sexually.
That's messed up. That would be considered messed up. Yeah, then I would have to.
She was playing with something.
Okay, nah. Yeah, I'm letting them know the deal then.
Are you gonna air it out?
Yeah, on that. Because if you coming hard at me, or if you just being kind of tacky and you saying some stuff that's embarrassing.
Now she got kids. She has kids, and all the kids are on social media. Are you still?
She should have thought about that before she tried to air me out.
So you'll expose.
Yeah, if she come at me like that.
And I thought about that too. I'm like this. The only way I feel kind of uncomfortable is if we both have a child together. So I'm like, okay,
that's a good one.
Yeah,
no,
that's different.
Stop.
No, that's
you got a child together.
Okay,
you got a child together, Mister. Mister, I'ma air the bitch out.
No,
you got a seed.
If we
how about this? The seed is 3 years old and a Pisces. Go.
Oh.
Go.
No, in that case, well, if he's 3 years old, he ain't got to look at Twitter, so he ain't got to look at
he's old enough. He's
old
10.
enough. Okay.
10 or 11, and your ex-girl just spazzes because you're about to get married. I'm giving a whole hypothetical.
Got you.
But now you have somebody who's now there.
I might not go hard body with it, but I might give a little jab and be like, okay, now, I got the rest of this stuff, so you're going to want to calm down. I gave you a little bit of jab, but I can take it there if you want, and I don't want to because of our children. Let's settle this off online. Let's go ahead and talk person to person.
Right.
And then if she's like that way, might have to take it to the law, man.
I'm going to need you to take that punch down.
Yeah.
Go grab your punch back and save yourself from this one.
Because this could happen to you.
Absolutely.
All right,
Absolutely.
let's
That's
go.
how I would do it.
What about you?
No, let's
Mike?
go. Well, first, let's go to Suge. Let's go to Death Row Comedy now.
Nah.
Now you're a public figure.
Yeah.
People not saying you're not,
No,
but
yeah.
they've seen you on TV for years.
Yeah.
Now there are gonna be people. She leaked something out. She's got the picture of Rudy Rush.
yeah.
He got
the night in Vegas.
the night in
Wow.
Vegas.
Yeah.
And now she's putting it. It's all the way. And I'm gonna keep it. If they don't have kids together, and I hate to do that because they don't have kids together, they're dumb. Both of them are dumb right now.
Yeah.
But we're gonna keep it kids. There's a kid involved.
Okay.
10 or 11 years old.
Yeah.
So the kid is socially aware, could be on Instagram, maybe
There's a
not.
kid involved. I might be like, I might be a little easy. You know what I mean? I got tapes on everybody.
So you keep
I got tapes on people who don't even know they've been taped.
I don't think that's legal, Rudy.
I don't care.
I don't think Rudy was kidding.
I was just playing.
He didn't tape anybody. Everybody's
Everybody's been taped. I got people smiling like, hey.
exactly.
But no, I think this. I know things about. Because I'm a communicator, so I know things about your moms, your brothers, and all that stuff. And plus, we as comics, as
Right.
we can make things sound very exaggerated and really good. We could tell a great story.
Right.
So I would I've had this situation happen honestly when I broke up with a situation and she was trying to like take me to court.
I thought you was gonna drop a name.
Yeah,
I said,
wait.
"Man, for the people."
But we had a conversation about it. I'm like, listen, you don't want me to say that I'm going to court, but you got me taking off work. I got to explain to this. So if I explain to my coworkers and they say, oh, he went to court for child support, then you get put on blast.
Right.
So that was a light little touch up here and there. But if there's something major like
I'm talking about severe. Like she is
Severe?
about to air.
kids, I'm not going to do it, but I'm gonna stress to her before I fire back. You need to pull up because I got this information. But if it's just a Meek Mill and Nicki Minaj no kid situation, I'm going directly back at the head. I'm going for the head.
If she, but you know what I don't like, and this is touchy, and I don't want anybody to think I'm not justifying anything. I'm not justifying. Is okay. How do I say this shit?
Just let it go.
I don't like when women go directly to "I put my hands on you," because once you say that, men are already put in a dark light. Then
No, absolutely.
even if it did, and the reason why I try and walk easy on that is because there's so many assholes who are putting their hands
Most definitely.
on women, and then once you go for that, no matter what the fuck I say, unless I have a video you smacking me up. Unless I have a video of you doing some crazy, trying to light me on fire while I'm sleeping or some shit. Like, you're automatically and that's what I hate when you go to that. Because if it's not true, Nicki, if that's not true, then...
You already got that air on. You got that stank on you.
And he's a rapper. And let's be clear. Everybody believes anything that you say about a rapper.
I had a chick one time, like she said that she thought I was going to be violent. I never touched a person in my life. So then she told me prior to that, like she had a relationship that her boyfriend, was abusive. So it made me think back. I was like, did that dude even put his hands on you? She's like, no, but he was like, I was like, he never hit you.
Right.
But I thought the dude, when I see him,
He's going to be on.
not that it's gonna be on like that, but I wanted to like give him that whole air of like, yo, you touched her,
Right.
You one of those dudes, but he never touched her. He was just aggressively maybe having a conversation or whatever,
she
which
ain't like
we
it.
all have had with women. But yeah, it's real because she just said Meek Mill kicked her in front of his mom.
But
So now she put the mom as an actual eyewitness
But
to
see,
this
I'm like,
shit.
and I know this sounds messed up, but what did you do, Nicki?
See,
because
but
sometimes stuff is
guys
just-
aren't allowed to.
No,
we're
that's what I'm
not.
saying.
We're not allowed to say, well, what did you do?
But no, I'm just saying, because in reality, I'm
bro.
not talking about sound bites. I'm not talking about, internet. I'm saying reality, a lot of women out there that do things that have a hot temper, they'll swing on a dude. And so the dude's got to do something. Now, not even like, you don't have to hit no woman. You can get them off you without hitting them. Hell, I've done that. You can get them off without hitting them. And they swinging at you, but they can say that you hit them and all you did was push them off you, but she's the one throwing like haymakers.
No,
at you.
absolutely. That's
You
a
know
bad
what I'm
thing,
saying?
too.
And that's the bad part. So that's why sometimes, I'm like, well, did she do anything?
Yeah, they need to just kind of just chill out. They've been broken up. It just kind of.
I'm shocked that Meek. I'm shocked.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that Meek allowed himself to even. Meek did. There was one tweet that we didn't get. He put I'm sitting here tweeting my ex-girl while I'm sitting next to my girl who's pregnant. And he said, and he dissed himself. He said, this is real clownish. So I'm out. What would make you even engage when right now you have made your career, you have taken your career full circle into you are the good guy.
Good guy. But no,
You are the good guy. Like, to me, unless it's some type of weird ploy, because you never know in this fucking business, like what people are doing, there was no way he should have ever engaged. I would have blocked her.
But see, that's the thing though, is that's why he engaged, because she knows how to push his buttons.
buttons.
Yeah.
She knows. There was probably real emotion behind him.
Love to push them buttons.
And she knows. So she had him and she knew it. And he went on ahead. He probably knew better, but he just couldn't. He had to say something.
Yeah.
That's when you still got feelings. All right. Meek, you shouldn't have done that. All right, so
pride got hurt.
Well, the pride does get hurt.
The pride got hurt. I bet that was a big part of it.
And it's
You
not
say another man did something to another man, that's very disrespectful.
You know what I'm
she
saying?
said. Yeah.
that was crazy. All right, so we'll move on with that one, but
They're still rich. Both of them are rich. And stop crying. You're rich. You're good.
Well, they should be rich. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll now move on to the Black Man Killer. Now, you may know her as Oprah's friend, but she's made her own career. Miss Gayle King.
Oh, Lord.
She's tracked down a lot. We didn't care about R. Kelly. We were rooting her on. Gayle, we rooted you on with R. Kelly. We were like, we are with you.
Robert?
Roberts.
Robert.
That was greatness. That Roberts, the way you kept your cool and your composure was amazing.
Almost like you knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah.
But we applauded that because that put you on. But then you went on to Russell Simmons. And you and Oprah bullied Russell Simmons on CBS The Morning Show. We don't have a clip, but I did watch it where Oprah was like, Russell would never. Russell can't shut me up. Russell would never. And Gayle was just sitting, she was like,
Bigging her up, hype man.
That's right, Oprah. You're not scared of Russell. Now, mind you, Russell didn't even say he shut her up.
Didn't
Russell
say-
didn't say.
No.
Russell was in a yoga position. Like,
Exactly. I was
Russell
about to
didn't
get some
even do
beads on.
shit.
Is he still out of the country?
He's somewhere. Yeah. I
He's
guess
floating somewhere, man. He doing
He's
something.
somewhere out the country. So Russell didn't even antagonize this, but y'all two had a great time going at this man. Now, it's been, by the time you guys have seen this, it's been over a week. Probably over a week and a half by the time this airs and you get it. That Kobe Bryant died in a helicopter crash, I should say, which is tragic. So she does an interview with Lisa Leslie.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you don't know who she is,
WNBA Hall of Famer, WNBA
First
Hall of
woman to
Fame.
dunk in the game.
Yeah, dunk in
wow,
the game, amazing. The credit.
Sparks, yeah.
So she is questioned by Gayle, and we'll play the clip. And this is how it goes down. Where Lisa headphones, guys.
Magic ears.
Let me see if this. It'll pop.
It's been said that
Magic
his
ears.
legacy is complicated because of the sexual assault charge, which was dismissed in 2003, 2004. Is it complicated for you as a woman, as a WNBA player?
It's not complicated for me at all. Even if there's a few times that we've been at a club at the same time. Kobe's not the kind of guy, never been like, Lisa, go get that girl or tell her or send her this. I have other NBA friends that are like that. Kobe's, he was never like that. I just never have ever seen him being the kind of person that would do something to violate a woman or be aggressive in that way. That's just not the person that I know.
But Lisa, you wouldn't see it though. As his friend, you wouldn't see it.
And that's possible. I just don't believe that. And I'm not saying things didn't happen. I just don't believe that things didn't happen with force.
Is it even a fair question to talk about it, considering he's no longer with us and that it was resolved? Or is it really part of his history?
I think that the media should be more respectful. At this time, it's like if you had questions about it, you've had many years to ask him that. I don't think it's something that we should keep hanging over his legacy. I mean, it went to trial.
Yeah, the case it was dismissed because the victim in the case refused to testify, so it was dismissed.
And I think that's how we should leave it.
Wow.
What exactly is wrong with Gayle right now? What is the point of going to court then? It was dismissed because she wouldn't testify.
right?
Okay. So what the fuck? Like
When
what?
she said, if you notice,
no. So what the fuck then?
no, I feel you. If you notice, one thing that got me, she kind of said stuff with an attitude.
She was like, so you would know this because you're his friend? No, the fucking judge said, "Hey, you want him to go to?" And listen, I'm not coming at the chick. I'm doing the circumstances.
Right.
The judge and the court said, "Tell your story." She said no. Then the thing that kills me is that then people bring up, well, they had a payoff. What do they call it? What the fuck?
Settlement.
A settlement. Well, guess what? If I got a wife and I got kids, and I know your next step is to go write a book, so you can tell everybody, now my wife has to see this shit all over again in a book, and now you get all the details on how I tried to holler at you, how I got the front desk girl to come up to the room, and now we got to go through. So if I'm worth, well, he was like 600 million deep when he passed. If I got that money, everybody would have said, listen, take this money and I don't want to hear a peep out of you again. No. But Gayle, why are you so hung up on this legacy? We can't actually have his legacy. We can't have Kobe's legacy without this.
Bruh, because you know she's got that little thing in her ear and somebody's like, that Robert Kelly shit is over. You got to get some new shit.
Yeah, get some new shit.
And she's trying to drum up something so she can be popular again. Because, you know, we live in a day where maybe 5-10 years ago, that R. Kelly interview would have lasted a lot longer.
Oh, yeah, we take these headphones
You know
off.
what I mean?
I forgot. Even though
it would have
the
lasted a
headphones
lot longer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The impact from
Time.
it. But now it's like the news turns over so quickly. Now she's trying to vilify Kobe, where he just died in a helicopter crash with his daughter.
Yeah, that's the whole thing with me.
I
It's
thought
like,
this was an old interview.
You know,
This is brand new.
Brand new. That's
That's
what I'm saying.
crazy.
She couldn't wait. She couldn't wait to get on here. I'm sorry. Go ahead. She couldn't wait.
But no, that was my point. Is like, you know, you could bring it up in a way. You don't even have to bring it up, but if you did, you could maybe mention he had some trouble in his past, and then keep it moving. But you don't. You at least wait a few years. You do something before you start bringing it up because he just.
But Lisa Leslie got her with this when she said she wanted to say, "Bitch, he was here." You could have asked him.
When he won the Oscar, when he won the Oscar, he could have asked
You could have asked him all these questions. He was here. You were here. You had the job.
And he was still making news, like with he was still making news, doing things. So he was in the public eye still. So you had plenty of opportunities to bring that up.
And this is what I hate when everybody says. Well, we can't talk about Kobe without talking about this. This is part of his. We do that with so many people.
Historical people.
When they talk about Elvis, they do not talk about Elvis having sex with Priscilla Presley.
No.
When she was 15 and 16 years old, and Priscilla Presley, go to YouTube. She did an interview with Barbara Walters. She says they spent all night together. In order for her to go to school, he would give her pills. He would give her, this is Barbara Walters, just YouTube it. He would give her pills, and she said that's how she would get to school, because she would get through school because they were out all night. She said they were just holding each other.
Bro, check this out, man. Woody Allen.
Woody Allen!
As long as he gets to go to the Knicks games with his former
daughter wife?
He adopted
He's
his
got
wife.
a daughter wife.
I mean, I don't even know what you call her. That is the biggest example of how it's a big disparity about how they treat people and how things are portrayed in the media.
Do
It's crazy.
we ever, when we talk about former presidents in the past, do we ever talk about them impregnating slaves?
No.
Hardcore.
Do we ever? That's part of their legacy, right? It happened. We know this happened. Do we ever bring? Listen, we do bring up a lot of stuff with Bill Clinton, but it's not every time he's out.
But not compared to what they bring out, what he did.
What he did,
Man.
Is even worse because now with this Epstein situation,
Yo, the
it's
dude was
coming out
getting
that
busy.
he's been doing way more.
Oh yeah. Hey Gayle, how about we ask Bill, since we got to talk about legacy?
She's not gonna do it because that's the homie.
Bill was on Jeffrey Epstein's plane multiple times.
How about this? Her and Oprah are both great friends with Harvey Weinstein.
Don't hear a peep.
Not a peep.
Nothing.
So, I mean, they pick and choose. And like you said, they're getting the title Black Man Killer.
She's the black man killer. Like, if you get into something, I'm glad she doesn't like Hispanics like
Oh,
that.
yeah, we good.
Because Rudy, fuck around.
Yeah, you done, man.
No, you know what? Listen, all the elderly women I had sex with, don't bring that shit up. They had Social Security checks, and I was doing them a favor.
Were you giving them speed too so they could keep up? Were you doing like Elvis?
But my thing is, it's not just Gayle. I've seen this in multiple interviews where they say, you can't talk about Kobe and not talk. If the case was dismissed, So what was the point of going to court? Whatever you think, you weren't there.
Yeah, they talk to Tim Allen. They don't talk about his prior drug arrest when he was
Mad cocaine.
Yeah, selling cocaine.
I
doing
never
all-
hear that.
But for some reason, this is something that has to be brought up over and over again. I refuse. Like, you got to be kidding me right now that we're going to keep, you win a case and it still becomes part of your legacy.
You win it.
And let me tell you this. This is what I think about Kobe. For a black man to get accused by a white woman in Colorado and he gets dismissed.
Whitest places.
One of the whitest
Yeah.
places, fuck the snow.
Yeah.
For him to get out of that and for him to be able to prove his innocence, to me, that shows how much they didn't have a case against him.
Oh yeah.
Like, this shit didn't happen. This wasn't OJ.
No.
Like,
Oh no.
Okay, we know OJ did it.
Yeah,
but
no.
this wasn't OJ.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't
It didn't hurt. It
that
didn't hurt that she had some used underwear from Goodwill in her. Damn.
Yeah, we know OJ. The whole OJ thing, that's a different story made for the people. Fuck you. We
serious.
got
Underwear,
that.
yo.
We understand the whole OJ thing. Yeah, and
OJ does
I understand.
have a
The motherfuckers
Twitter.
on Twitter right now, I don't follow him.
OJ's a big dude.
I don't get. I
Still.
don't. That's a whole
Yeah,
different.
yeah.
The whole different. I get it.
Orenthal.
But see, we admit when we admit. We go like OJ. You're fucking right.
But,
We probably shouldn't be giggling about it. We're giggling at the fact that we're wrong. We were wrong. I was wrong.
but that was a long time ago.
That was long.
That was a long time.
Absolutely.
That has to be part of his legacy. But he's alive to deal with that shit.
Yeah, man.
That
He's
is
good.
that is unbelievable. All right, Gail. I'm sure you don't give a fuck. So
No,
Keep the
she.
career going.
That's what
I mean, she's
doing.
got a great career. She's doing do it. Then God bless.
And there'll be more bodies.
And there'll be more bodies. Just understand that she will come for you. And it's not just come on, y'all. This is not just 1 or 2. This is 3 in a row now.
No, absolutely.
That's her thing. That's her. That, like you said, as a producer.
It's like they
That's
have
the
a
thing.
meeting at CBS.
Oh, yeah.
And they go like, what black guy?
Who's next?
Come on, Gail. We know how to relate to your people. So bring that out in them. Come on, get the.
I'm
We need some
surprised she didn't
sound
say
bites.
nothing about Jay-Z sitting down during an anthem or some shit.
Oh, that's coming.
That's coming
Oh,
next.
that's coming.
All right, let's wrap this up. This is the one. Once again, when you see this, remember we did it before this holiday. We did it before, so remember this.
Yeah.
All right, just to give you,
Yeah.
we'll learn how to coordinate this. This is the first show. We'll learn how
we're
to
getting it
coordinate.
together.
We'll have better timing.
Next show, don't forget your magic ears.
Yeah, the magic ears. And I almost think I don't know. Put the ears on.
Put the ears on.
Put the ears on. I think I like the
That's
ears.
cool. We do it like this.
Okay, it
I
was
think we should do
professional.
the ears.
Like we're broadcasters.
And it makes me feel like I'm back on the radio.
Okay.
I feel comfortable on the radio. You feel comfortable, Rudy? You feel comfortable on the
I feel
radio?
like I'm on Monday Night Football because I can see myself. So when he came down, now,
No, I gotta tell you, but I gotta admit, because if you've caught me looking at myself, my skin looks fucking amazing on this. I don't know if this camera,
Yeah. I look like I'm wearing makeup.
this
It's,
shit, and this no makeup. Actually, Kino, your skin probably looks better than mine.
I don't know.
because I got some.
got beard though. That's what it's covering. I got.
That's good shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Rudy is perfection on
I
it.
need more lighting. It's like a dark milk dud over there.
No, but you right now you got that.
I'm good. I'm
who's
good at
who's the dude? The French dude. Not the, who's the French dude? Not the, did I call him French? The English dude. I called him fucking Idris.
Yeah, I always mess up his name,
What's
but
his
he's
last
dope.
name?
He's dope.
Idris.
I should have shaved my head. I
Alba.
look like DMX after drug binge.
I was gonna say that.
I was gonna wear my hat, but I was like, fuck it.
That's when you could tell DMX. Look, I'm an addict.
That's why I gotta stand like this. Like,
Yeah, you do like you was on a binge. All right,
It's not that bad, man. The lighting. They give you a
no,
little
but
bit more
it's
lighting.
good. You got the Idris Elba. Like your beard looks good. Like this is really some. Like this is when you know you've done radio with women for too long because of this is real. Because this is what Jaden Didi has. They made. I look good right here.
There you go.
good
Teeth
job
don't-
today.
teeth
This
don't
is
look
fun.
bad.
This is fun.
But before we go, Valentine's Day is coming up, and I wanted to switch everything up because normally it's the guys who are like profiled that we don't fuck with Valentine's Day and we don't do it. But you know, there are guys out here, people that are heartbroken right now.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They're going through it. It's just that guys can't come out and we just can't cry. We just can't cry in front of people.
You gotta cry in the shower, man,
Yeah, you gotta cry in the shower.
or in the rain.
Fucking dudes crying everywhere.
Been
Been through it, man.
In the car,
Kiddos in the car wash.
laundromat, in the pet aisle because nobody's hardly there.
Holding a doll in the middle of the night in the closet, dressed as your mother. You know, I've been through it.
How many
Man.
places can you cry? Do you know?
I got a list, man.
It's
In church, in the back pew.
just walks around with a super soaker, and sprays himself.
Doing an ugly cry. Yeah.
No, but I mean, there's a lot to this angle because when a guy's heartbroken, guys always use this. I'm sick. Like you feel sick.
Oh, you do feel sick. Yeah.
But you can't. Like I really can't call you guys. Like I could call you and joke like, yo, I'm fucked up right now.
Right.
And then I gotta crack a joke, yo, like it's bad, like for real.
Yeah.
But you can't hear a sniffle like on the phone.
No. Like, yo, you sniffling, son? You got a cold? You better have a cold.
And you hear a click. You don't even hear it. You're sniffling. I know you there. It's already hung up. Like,
Hung up on your ass.
that quick.
But it's like women think every dude is just like, it's hard out here. Like
real
I'm
hard.
good right now. Like I'm saying this, I can talk about this because I'm excellent. Right, my
Good,
situation
man.
right now is beautiful.
Good.
Everything's fine. I have no stress. But they have been Valentine a long time ago. That things have been fucked up, but guys don't get to express it and talk to people. So I'm trying to give y'all you have to be responsible here because I'm in a good place.
Okay.
I'm in a good place. So have you been your heartbreak? Like how did you deal with it? And we're gonna let you be emotional if you want to. Like you just let it out. How did you? But don't fake it. see, you're faking it now because
Hold on, man. I'm getting it.
you don't want to touch those feelings inside. Let it no.
Have I ever? Is that the question? Have I
Yes,
ever?
and how'd you go through it? How'd you reconcile? What happened?
Yeah, like some years ago, like a decade ago, man, I was with somebody and we had broken up and it was a bad breakup. She did it really uncool and a whole bunch of bad things happened at one time. And then here comes Valentine's Day. Normally with her on Valentine's Day, normally taking trips, doing something, having fun. Had a lot of fun. Well, she's off having fun. I see it all over and it's without me. So basically, I just smoked mad blunts and hung out and listened to loud hip hop and hung out with my dog Robot. Shout out to Robot. And listened to a lot of Onyx for some reason, I remember. I don't remember, like, Throw Your Guns in the Air was like a very big one for me at the time.
Oh, they got music in the background.
That too. I'm sure I listened to that. And I think I did some crying in the shower, but it was more angry crying. It wasn't I love you. It was more like stupid bitch. Do this to me. And I acted like online. I acted like I was having a great time, and really I was in a lot of pain. And that's how I got through it. It was a lot of hip hop and a lot of blunts and some angry tears.
I will say this, that this whole Instagram shit that goes on, and I'm addicted. Like I'm not gonna front. Like dog, it's doing all I have. It's taking all I have not to check my Instagram.
Really?
While we were doing it, like the phone is right there. and then, I don't know how people deal with breakups
When the new person is posted,
Son.
yo, that's crazy. You gotta. Well, the key
I don't know
is
how.
Just don't block.
it's
Don't
a
look
key.
at 'em.
You gotta block them. You can't look, and you can't have another account that can see their account. And don't have a friend that say, "Did you see her in Cabo?"
Oh no, bro.
But you know how defined it is. If you block, now you have. You lose because you've already admitted you can't take it. Well, I guess you could be like, I left you. But for me, it would fuck me up because I need to know what you're doing.
Nah, not me.
No,
I
man,
really do.
That should be hurting.
No,
bro.
that-
Yo, that
I
hurt.
learned from that situation you asked me about.
Right.
I learned a lot. I was like, I put myself through so much needless pain.
Yeah.
Right.
Like by keeping up.
Wait, hold up. Your voice cracked, and that wasn't by mistake.
No, that's real. The memory, dog. The memories.
Yo.
I'm sorry. We weren't supposed to laugh. My bad.
That hurts,
That
bro.
defeats the whole purpose right there.
It
That's
hurt. It was
fucked up.
painful.
No, but go
It
ahead.
hurt
You
inside.
no, you were doing good.
No, but no, like for real, I learned a lot, and I didn't want to keep up with her. I didn't want to.
Can't.
Right.
And unfortunately, she was on TV and stuff, so I would have to see.
Wait
I
a
went on
minute.
tour, and I'm
Hold up.
overseas. I'm talking about overseas is one of the times when I was sick. I went overseas, and I'm in the plane, and people were watching movies with her on it in the thing, and I'm literally trying to forget about this chick, and I'm like, yo, man. So I learned a lot. Like, yo, don't even have any. Don't read any publications. Don't look online.
Wait. You were seeing her. You were overseas, and she was still on shit on movies.
Yeah, it was like he in the movie in the airplane, like some stuff was
She
popping up.
was
Matter of fact,
popping like that?
It was for like a hot second. She popped up.
Look, he tried to downplay her
yeah.
popping. Listen, I don't care if it was a hot second.
Bitch with Oscar.
She was.
I don't even want to give her that much credit.
Oscar Golden Globe.
Hold on.
But no, you trying to. I learned my lesson though. From then on, like, even if I had, a relationship with somebody and it didn't go good, and I had feelings like that, not to where I'm cool with you,
That
still
is
cool.
sick.
I was like, dog,
I would have been fucked up.
I handled it all right, but like there was no crying in the plane. There was no crying on tour. But no, it was just like, if anything, it just made me angry. I was like, damn, I'm trying to get away from this, and I had to see this broad
So
face.
how did the movie do at the Sundance Film Festival?
Not good.
Everybody on the plane. This movie's fantastic. This girl's
I would
going
have been
places.
vomited.
This
I would
girl's
have been
going places, man. I know her boyfriend's happy.
I would have been like, specifically.
One dude's like, I know he tearing that up.
Damn.
Oh my God.
That's why
It was a bad time. It was
but
a
I'm
bad
not gonna lie, I'm a petty person. I'm petty for real, and that's why I love what we do, being on the radio and shit. Because if worst case scenario, if it breaks up, bitch, you hear me every morning. Like you could run, like you could specifically not listen to the station, but you know why you not listening to the goddamn station.
You know why you cannot press 1 on your console.
Exactly. I've been on the other side of that too. I've had a girl where I was seeing this girl and her baby's dad. He used to be a big fan of the show I was on, and once he found out, like it tore his life. He said that was the main thing. He's just like, why him? Out of all the people, I was a fan of his.
Wow.
Why him?
Wow.
Yeah, so I've been on the other side of that. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. How much time did you say we had?
About 4 minutes.
About 4
Okay. Thank you, producers.
Thank you, producers.
Big clock.
You have a story on what?
You have a story?
You can always,
Yeah,
you can always chime right in.
So you were saying, you don't feel bad breaking up with somebody, or
Right.
if somebody breaks up with you because they have to hear you on the radio every morning.
Right.
So you guys know Michael Che, right?
Yeah.
The SNL guy. So he used to tell a story that
I thought you were gonna tell me you was fucking Michael Che's
No,
girl.
no, no.
That's ill.
I would at least be in New York at that point.
Okay, go ahead.
So Michael Che used to tell a story that a chick broke up with him, and about 3 months later, she took one of those online quizzes of like, who should you be with? And it said, you should be with a funny guy, and it was a picture of him.
Oh my God.
That right there.
That's it. Yeah.
You can't beat nothing like that.
Look,
That does it right there.
because I would die if it was the other way around and the chick that broke up with me was on the radio. Dog,
A little tough.
that it was hard enough to
Yeah.
deal with my ex-wife when
Oh.
when she broke up and she wasn't doing nothing.
It was the fact she was your ex now.
Doing shit. She just had a regular job.
Yeah.
I knew I was going.
I just need my new situation to be better than the last one. She just got to be cuter than the last girl.
Well, how did you?
Yeah. Well, what'd you go through?
What'd you go through? Because
I don't go through nothing like this. I go to therapy. Fuck that shit. I pay about $75 a session and I get over this shit.
but you do go to therapy.
Yeah.
So
I'm
that's
going to
good.
therapy. It's help. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Yeah. Because I don't listen, I'm gone before I leave. So usually I'm working up to leaving the situation.
I got you.
You know what
I
I'm
see
saying?
what you're saying.
So the pain, once I get in your mind, you could be with somebody else, that's half
No,
the battle for me.
that's where I'm at now, but
Yeah.
it took me learning all that, going through all that. Like now, it's a completely different story.
Yeah, I block everything on Instagram and stuff because I saw my ex in a hot tub in Cabo. Real talk. This is a true story with like in between two dudes. But in my mind, I was already ready for it. But it was
Okay.
still a little punch
It's still
because my
gonna
friend
sting.
sent it
She
to
was
me.
in between two dudes.
Two dudes, and I was like, "How you gonna do me like that? We got a baby! God damn you!
Oh Jesus!
Not
All
the,
right.
we got
This
a
is what you
baby.
doing with my child support money."
Oh Jesus!
In Cabo.
All
in the
right.
hot
Yeah.
That was a lot.
It happens, man.
I
Yeah,
would
it does.
be.
You gotta be a big boy about
I'm not built. That's why I'm not built. I don't think I could take another breakup.
Oh man.
I think I'd be wilding out and just like.
See, and I've only seen you on the end of disagreements. I haven't seen you in a full breakup mode.
No, because that alcohol problem, that relapse would be crazy.
Oh,
Like,
no.
come back.
See what you made me do. Putting your addictions onto her. That's how you do it.
I'm doing cocaine now. I'm doing cocaine.
I graduated.
I'm shooting up heroin. All right, this has been great. All right, y'all. Nate for the people. It goes down. We're gonna try and do this weekly. I can't
Word.
promise anything. Real talk. I'm thinking in 7 days we'll be right back here.
Well, we should be.
right back here. But I've disappointed many a person. So I'm trying. We're thinking it's gonna be weekly.
So let me tell you something real quick before you go.
Go ahead.
Okay.
You're gonna be here because you know what? Today was a good excuse not to come. It was snowing and sleeting outside.
yeah,
It was
and you
bad.
made
It was
So
bad.
I was waiting for my call.
But they already had my credit card on file.
That does it. That'll do it.
So I was like,
you gotta show up.
I said, I'll be damned if y'all gonna get that money. I'm not gonna show up. We gonna have at least one show in this bitch. All right, hit them up, Rudy Rush, at Keynote, at Mike Sean Comedy. We'll be plugging and doing a whole bunch of other stuff. It'll be on YouTube. Right now, it's Mike Sean Sober Funny. YouTube is Mike Sean Sober Funny. Go to YouTube, Mike Sean Sober Funny. But my thing is, if you're watching, then you already went to YouTube. Mike
And this is gonna be uploaded on a whole bunch of different formats.
We're gonna
too.
put it on everything.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you can listen if you don't want to watch. You can listen. You can do it.
Yeah.
And it'll get better. Like it will. Like I don't know what you felt about this. I don't know how you felt, but it'll get better.
Yeah.
I promise. I was so nervous. I ain't even take none of my vape.
You sure didn't.
All right, let's go. Made for the people.
Yeah.